Good morning, everyone. My name is Wendy and you can also call me Wendy. I'm originally from China, Beijing, and I'm going to attend undergraduate industrial design program this fall. And today I'm glad to show you my 3 design works of wall decorations in a leaf theme, and it's also in minimalist aesthetic. So to begin with, I want to ask you a question. How many of you have at least one piece of pure black or white clothes? If you have one, please raise up your hand.
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. So I see most of us have at least one piece of them, although we have different taste of dressing styles or something. But why we all have one piece of them? I think the reason why we all have them is because the attractiveness of the minimalism. So minimalism is a style that uses only a few patterns to show a particular effect. And as I also mentioned in my research paper, I think why minimalism can be popular these days, especially in our dressing styles or in design areas. It's because minimal style objects can also easily fit into other environments or fit in our different styles. And also, to my own understanding, I think minimalism style is actually a reduction of all the distracting things from the essence of an object. So my real intention in doing these artworks is to practicing minimalism as a method to extract all the distraction from the essence of the object. So my real intention is to emphasize the essence of the object. So I chose leaf as the medium to practicing minimalism. And here you can see I made all 3 artworks. And all of these are actually help to emphasize the different features of the leaves. So you can see they emphasize the features of leaf of their shapes, their color, and the scent or smell of it. So I will explain them one by one for you. So from left to right, the first one you can see is main branch, and it spread out 4 little twigs. On each of them, I attached leaves on them, and as for the last one, I used a thread to connect the leaf to the branch. So each of the leaves and the branch, I collected them from the prep campus, and they are all from the same sycamore tree. So you can see from the left one, on the top of the tip of the twigs, there are 2 new green leaves, and I collected them from the trees. And this one is a mature, darkened green leaves with a fruit attached to it. The third one, and I also collected from the tree, it was colorful autumn leaves. And for this one, it was a fallen leaf that I collected from the ground, and I suppose that is from the same sycamore tree. Well, and I all painted them into the white color. And as for the second one, you can see it was a watercolor painting painted on a watercolor paper. And you can see there are 9 little round circles patterns located in the wavy lines. And the process I'm doing it is first to paint watercolors on the leaves, and then I took a piece of paper and I cut a brown hole on it. Then I put the hole on the watercolor paper, and then I stamped the leaf onto the watercolor paper. So there comes the stamp structure of the leaves, and the color are here shows on the watercolor paper. And you can see there are 4 color patterns, and they shows in a sequence. So there are light green, darkened green, reddish brown or orange brown, and here are dark brown. They are located in this sequence. And you can see this is the third one. It was apparently a white painted bottle, and it's hung in a handmade rolled basket. And it may be confuse you a little bit how this could be related to the leaf. So actually I put the smashed leaf inside the bottle. And they are all from the same sycamore tree. And so the main reason I'm making this is to show the features of the leaf. As you can see in this one, I paint all the leaves into white color because I think color could be a distraction from us to see the original shape of the leaf. So when all the leaves is whitened out, you can clearly see the change of its shape from the new green leaf to the fallen leaf. You can see clearly it's smooth and flattened, and the change from left to right, up to down, it became curled and you can see the old curled leaves. And so is actually representing the circle of life. And the fruit is especially important because it's emphasizes the reproduction part of the life process. Well, and let's take a look at this one. So why I'm placing these 9 circles in the sequence of these wavy lines? It's actually because I want to use the wavy line to use as a metaphor of the cardio diagram. So you see the cardio diagrams is going up and down, and this really shows the rhythm of life. And I think you can all guess why I put the color patterns in this sequence of light green, dark green, brown, red, brown color, and the dark brown. It's actually representing the 4 seasons, and they shows in the sequence of spring color, summer color, autumn color, and winter color of the leaves. And this is actually a part of the whole life cycle, goes round and round. And so as for this one, why I removed all the visual things, because I think the smell or scent is the most easily forgotten feature of everything. Because the visual things can be very distractive, so I remove all the visual things and only put the smell or the scent of the leaf in this bottle. So if you are interested in what the smell of the leaf, you can come out and experience it. Is there any volunteer want to, please? So if you are interested, you can all come. Oh, it's a little bit strong. So it's actually not fragrance, it's strange smell. Okay, so this one is unlike the 2 other one, which shows the whole process of the life cycle. This one represents the ephemeral moment of the most vibrant stages of the leaf's life. So after a couple of days, the smell or the scent will disappear since the life change. And this really represents the process of change of life. So that's pretty much about my final project. Thank you.
Because first you asked us, do we have a pure black shirt?
Yeah.
And but you choose a white as a theme color. So why do you choose white instead of
Why
black?
do I choose? That's a good question. Because you see, if I choose black color, I don't think, because you see most of the walls are white, and if I choose black color and this, and these artworks will be a contrast to the wall, and they will really scream out themselves too. And I really want them to mix in and to be natural, to be a wall decorations. I really don't want them to be scream out or something like that. Yes?
So in the beginning, you mentioned something really interesting. Minimalism, that's a really fascinating topic, I guess. I'm actually a big fan of it. And what I couldn't